in Highlander. A steamy 94-degree. Stick with that new group with Michaela Timpson in the starting five. The difference with who gets a top 4 seed, the odds with a win burning on a win or a loss for both these teams in this game. Atlanta has taken 2 of the first 3 meetings. This is the 4th and final of the regular season between the Fever and Dream. Here's Clark, guarded by Sherrod. Finds Timpson on the roll. She'll lay it in.
One of the things you see right away, Michaela looking up the ball handler as she comes down the floor, cross-matching Caitlin Clark on Na's helmet.
Timpson has that matchup on Sherrod. Here is Howard, guarded by Hull. Gray with 6 to shoot, wants the screen from Hillman. 3 to shoot. Reese will fire a 3. Missed it. Timpson the board, and Indiana could.
You will live with that shot all night long.
Timpson looking for some help. Finding it in the corner. Hull will attack it baseline. Missed the lay. Timpson, the putback is good. A lot of time working with Indiana's player development staff. And we've seen her really blossom as Gray separates and buries the 3. Here's Clark. Clark shedding Sherrod. Clark is going to get called for an offensive foul as she had gotten past Sherrod. Here's the little push-off, and that's an early personal on Caitlin Clark. We just assume you don't have a lot to work with tonight.
You saw Leah Boston, how far she was playing off of Angel Reese there, just completely clogging the paint.
Clark, a bomb, is short, and Sherrod at the strong side. Rebound, looking to push for Atlanta. Here's Sherrod quickly up the floor. Gray again. Alicia Gray, 2 for 2 from deep.
Atlanta pace, as does Indiana.
Clark bangs all the way in and finishes. That's what she was able to do the other night against Dallas. Just relentless attacks at the
season and not ever shying away from contact, just going right into the defender. It's one of the reasons she's getting to the line so much this season.
Here's Sherrod, can't hit. Reese left alone. Reese gets denied by Boston. It squirts out to Clark. Here's Clark, wheeling, dishing, Hull taking, can't hit. Sherrod with Reese leaking out, finds her, and Reese can't finish the layup. Clark lobbing it in, Boston deep position, and the finish. Great early.
Use her body to create additional space to put the ball up on the rim.
That's thrown into the backcourt. Mitchell will go and get it, or it will be a backcourt violation or an out of bounds. That was doorknob last 3 seasons. Here's Mitchell firing and hitting on a 3.
With Sherrod out of the game, right on Caitlin Clark. Well, she will when they're back on defense.
A 7-0 run from Indiana. Mitchell, 18 straight games with at least 20 points. That's the longest single-season streak in W history. The longest 2-season streak belongs to Asia Wilson as the jump ball called here. Asia
rebounding as well.
Wins the tip there, back to Clark. Clark eyeing Mitchell, trying to get it to her, threw it a little behind her. Mitchell able to control. Mitchell jittering into the paint.
Naz Hellman playing a little bit free safety off of Michaela Timpson in the paint.
Kelsey Mitchell lost a shoe. Timpson lost the ball out of bounds to Atlanta as Kelsey Mitchell tries to put that shoe back on and retie it.
I think she's Ryan Rucco.
I mean, should she just give up with it? I'm getting stressed out watching her attempt it. Reese can't finish it.
She's still going. She's still tying the shoe.
We need a timer on this. Here's Clark working behind Boston. Has the switch on Reese. Will fire and hit from 3.
We saw in the game against New York, bigger defenders on her, and she mentioned in her post-game interview with Holly Rowe, it just makes me get more arc on the shot.
And you saw it on that one. Gray attacking and flipping it in. Clark had to be careful there, already with 1 personal.
And smart by Gray to go right at her.
Clark bangs in, gets the whistle, and will shoot 2.
Just special for Caitlin Clark.
There are so many stats.
Because it helps her get a little more arc. You see Angel Reese come out. She's like, that helps the arc in my game. She actually likes the bigger defender in her face on the 3s.
And that was something, Rebecca, you had even pointed out during the game just to us. off Mike, how as a shooter that can really help you as Okoth lays it in. Player has ever led the league in assists and finished top 3 in scoring. She's 3rd right now in points per game, while Howard will fire and bury the 3. Ryan Howard, one of the best two-way players in the league, knocks that one down. Here's Mitchell dishing. Hull gets a corner look. Can't hit. And for Lexi Hull. Been a little better of late, but just 35% from 3 after a couple years in the 40s. Howard misses that one. Out of bounds to what the Dream do and them being at their best. Here's Mitchell. Back to Clark. Guarded by Howard. Clark goes behind the back, finds Mitchell on the cut. Mitchell can't pop it in. Reese able to secure the rebound. Verbally to say that Angel Reese is tracking as the greatest rebounder this league has ever seen.
The numbers prove it. No other player in their career, as you see Okoth get it inside, no other player in her career in the history of the league has averaged double-figure rebound.
That Angel Reese is rocking today.
I'm guessing she wouldn't wear it against the...
Man, she did a great story on ESPN, just documenting all that goes into Angel's rebound. You know, how she really studies the way her teammates miss shots and where the ball is most likely to come off of, depending on who it is shooting and from where. Here's Timpson on the attack, and foul is called. Michaela Timpson now is going to go to the line to shoot 2.
How fun has it been to watch Michaela Timpson and just her confidence?
Taking a look at the upcoming WNBA national TV and ESPN doubleheader with Indy in Toronto at 7 and then Atlanta, Vegas at 9. For more on these games, please go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app. Reese gets denied by Timpson. What a left-handed block from Michaela Timpson. Lob it into Reese, guarded by Timpson. Looking to take it to her. Reese, the footwork, couldn't finish it. Okoth keeps it alive. Gets knocked around, ends up with Mitchell. Mitchell trying to find some space. Whirling, dishing. Billings. Timpson, no hesitation there.
Nice connection that time between Billings and Timpson. The right pass and creating post to post.
Howard can't hit the 3. Billings the rebound. Mitchell and Timpson. Here's Clark. Getting in the mid-range. Now backing away, firing, it rims out.
This is going to be tough to get spacing because of Billings and Timpson.
Reese nuzzles in and fillets it home. Foul there on Reese. That will be her first. As Ty Harris, Leah Ball.
Points game on June 20th, turning in over 19 times for 18 points.
Gerard unable to finish. Reese grabs it off the bounce of Boston. Flings it back out. By the way, Indiana just 2 turnovers in that first quarter. What a take from Gray, who is down as 10.
So good at going left, and Sophie Cunningham cut that off, but she was able to come right back on the spin and finish.
Cunningham looking for help, finds Clark. Clark to a wide open Harris. Her 3 is good. Picking up right where she left off. Night. (24-23), Indiana in front. Gerard controls the high dribble. Got her first career start tonight. Here's Borlase. Can't finish it, but a foul on Cunningham. Free throws for Borlase.
Alicia Gray, the last paint and poster up. You would think they would look for that a little bit more, maybe tag another foul on Caitlin Clark.
Podium following the game on Thursday night. Caitlin said Ty Harris is one of the best teammates she has ever had. It's been amazing for 20 minutes. And then Ty said, you know, Cece leaves me in awe. Said, I'm watching her sometimes thinking this feels normal, but it really from the mid-range. This year, 43%. And already more points from the mid-range this season than she had her first 2 years combined. As Boston gets called for the foul, that will be her first.
One more time.
I was talking about just how good Caitlin's feel has been of late, to when to get hers, what shots to take, her control of the game, her floor game overall. as Reese can't finish, and Harris comes away with it. Here's Clark with some haste. Boston gets slammed in the paint, and the foul is called by Naz Hillman. That will be her first. But Boston is so good at establishing that position early on.
She rim runs every single, work hard, puts pressure on them.
What does she do?
Puts pressure on them.
No, rim run?
Oh, not red rum.
Boston able to flip it in. Aaliyah Boston 4 points to Indiana, 3-point lead on Atlanta. Here is Howard. Ryan Howard navigates around 3 defenders. Great look for Gray on the finish.
Did you see when Gray caught it, never brought it down, kept it high, went right into her shot.
Cunningham can't hit. Indiana just 3 of 11 from 3. Borlase had it knocked away by Boston, gets it back. Can't float it in, and it's out of bounds off of Cunningham as Reese was able to keep it alive.
Alicia Gray as she runs.
Shooting.
Good support.
Here's Reese in the paint, kicking out. Hillman can't hit. Long rebound, Cunningham. Breakneck pace. Goes behind the back. Timpson couldn't finish it. Does on the follow. A little spotlight assist, but gets the bucket. Timpson's putback. Gray can't hit it there. Here's Clark. Wheeling, found some space, didn't take. Finds Boston in the paint, threading the needle for 2.
It looked like Caitlin Clark was open, going edge. She fed Aaliyah Boston with a beautiful dime.
And Stephanie White says, good stuff to Caitlin Clark.
That we have to compare it to. What a stretch by Caitlin Clark.
She now has 20 career games with at least 20 points and 10 assists. That is more than any other franchise has in its history. Here is Howard, and a whistle before the 3. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, today, 1,700 people can get into this arena. Not only the only consideration to move a game to a bigger arena, I do think the Dream need more seats and need more people coming to their games because the demand has raised here in Atlanta. But Caitlin Clark, a huge reason why 20 times people have moved her games to bigger arenas.
All right, thank you. From the bench. All right, Ty, since we're talking about your teammate, you guys shared such a nice moment on the podium after the game against Dallas the other night. Where you said there's times you're watching Caitlin and you catch yourself in awe. What has the connection been like between you two in that backcourt?
I mean,
You have certainly been on one in terms of your three-point shooting. Last game into this game.
inches on Kelsey, AB, and Cece, so it makes it easy for me.
Ty, you have been in the best net rating of anybody on the team. What has your focus been on your impact when you touch the floor on a nightly basis for this group?
Exactly that, making a big impact, bringing energy, bringing a spark off the bench, continuing to bring what Cece and Kelsey bring.
All right, Ty, we appreciate the time. Continued success to you.
Thank you.
That's Ty Harris joining us live from the bench. A net rating of +13 this season to lead Indiana. Clark tried to bounce it to Billings, couldn't quite hang on. Out of bounds to Atlanta. Pretty incredible move from Clark.
You see her say, my fault, my fault. I don't know that it was, but that's the right thing for Caitlin Clark to say to boost her teammates' confidence.
Here's Howard, denied by Billings. An emphatic rejection all season long. Scan the QR code to subscribe now for $39.99 a year and press play on the WNBA. Here's Mitchell. Timpson, 6 to shoot. Finds Clark. Back to Timpson in the lane for the lay.
Second time now with shoot, but instead she's feeding her teammates.
5 assists now for Clark. Timpson is up to 10 points. Here is Clark speeding behind the back. That one got a little too ambitious. Clark giving a face like, yeah, that was not the move. Howard short on a 3. Reese the rebound. Reese the putback is good. Atlanta had missed its last 9 shots before that make from Angel Reese. Reese is up to 8 rebounds already in this first half. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell Banging, flipping, couldn't finish it. Okat the Reese. See, Reese has that versatility to be able to run the floor with the basketball in her hands. Gray flips it in, plus the foul, and a chance for three for Alicia Gray.
Gray going to that strong left side. How they have been defensively, and her ability not only to switch onto guards, but to play.
She started this game guarding Jalen Sherrod.
Full court.
Yes. Boston kicks it out. Raven Johnson in now for Indiana. Here's Clark. Clark with the shot clock fading, has to put it up. Left it short, rebound Okat. Atlanta on a run here. Here's Gray, knocked away by Mitchell. Reese, outstanding effort to keep it alive. Borlase bounces, Reese gets hammered by Billings, and free throws here for Angel Reese, who did an amazing job to keep the possession alive. Misses the first.
The favorite story in there was her mom had to take the basketball rim out of the driveway because Angel and her brother Julesy in the neighborhood, she just finally had to take the rim down. So I love this competitive nature of this family. And don't sleep on mom. Angel Webb at UMBC had 3 games with 20 or more rebounds. Rebounding runs in that family. Great article, Katie Barnes.
It certainly does. Thank you, Hall. As Billings misses the jumper. Here comes Reese. Off the glass, running the floor. Gray, back to Reese. Taking it to Billings, looking for an angle, and finding it.
Possession.
Clark with space, left it short. Boston the rebound. Boston banging inside, the spin and the finish. What were you guys able to do as a team there at the end of that second quarter to go on that 17-4 run?
I think it was just the defensive stops. I think defense leads into our transition, and yeah, Ryan and Leisha doing a really great job on their top 2 scorers.
A couple players missing, important ones with Bree Jones and Jordan Kent.
Yeah, it's just about taking your opportunities. You never know when they're going to come, and as I'm learning, it's a really long season, so yeah, opportunities do come, and just trying to be as aggressive as I can.
All right, Izzy, we appreciate the time. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
That's Izzy Borlase joining us as a foul is called here on Gray. That will be her implications in this game as Mitchell hits the jumper off the Clark inbound. Inbound buckets than any duo in the WNBA this season. Indiana, half-game lead on Atlanta. There they go to Hillman in the post. Clark able to defend her without fouling. First time we've seen them really attack that matchup.
You saw the switch on the perimeter with Boston and Timpson, but then you got the advantage inside by Hillman.
Boston can't float it in. Battles back for it, out of bounds to Atlanta. Tiebreaker over Indiana. Fever win, and the season series is tied. Well, Boston just tried to snatch it, and that is going to be a jump ball.
We've seen
Heads-up play.
Yeah, Leah Boston's had act.
Which I believe happens on February 21st this year. I don't know officially yet, but I would think it would be on ESPN or ABC. Here's Mitchell. Behind Boston, pull-up jumper is good. Is the Kelsey burner coming now for Kelsey Mitchell buckets. Knocked away by Boston, looking to flag it down. Gray able to wrestle it away.
Put another deflection from Boston just by having her hands high and active.
Howard separates, can't hit. Boston the rebound. Clark, guarded by Sherrod, will fire a bomb and hit from way downtown. And it's a 7-0 run. Gray cuts through the double and lays it in. What a beautiful take from Alicia Gray. Mitchell. Jitters, pops, and hits. Yeah, I think she found it.
The flame celebrating the way this game has grown.
You know, I do think there are times I take for granted what a legend you are. I mean, think about this. You are the original foundational star of the UConn dynasty. You're part of that transformative '96 Olympic team. You're one of the original 3 in the WNBA, now celebrating its 30th year. You've sat in this seat for more than a decade and a half. I've been lucky enough to be a part of the last 14. You've called countless Final Fours, and I can say your commitment has only ever been to two things: calling it like you see it.
Thank you for those kind words. And yet, at the reception on the first night we were there, the first thing someone said to me is, "Where is
team?" Those are two of the players that immediately hooked me to loving calling these games. Just their greatness. Also, shout out to Shavika Holtzclaw, who went into the Hall of Fame as well yesterday. Just a really incredible celebration for women's basketball as Reese gets fouled, and Atlanta's come out of the timeout hot here. A chance to Jill picks up her fourth foul this year when she's touched the floor. Atlanta out of the timeout in 20 seconds. Working behind Boston. Clark, step back three off the mark. Borlays, little runner, won't go. Timpson tips it, Cunningham grabs it. Off to Clark. Clark looking to work the lane on Pow. The left-handed finish from Caitlin Clark.
Yep. Especially
Clark.
going left.
Pow, no. Harris. Boston working behind Clark, setting a screen on Howard. Boston wants it back. Has size on Hillman, looking to take it to her. Trying to get it to the cutter. It's Timpson in the lane, elevating. Can't finish. Hillman, great job to battle for that board for Atlanta. A reminder, Diana Taurasi's jersey retirement coming up next as Pow buries the three. And Indiana takes the timeout. Caitlin Clark trying to fire up her teammates.
3-on-3 practice versus on the Olympic preparation in 2020. Somebody poking her in the eye. She's been wearing those goggles ever since to protect her contacts. And guess what? They're sold out for Nike. I think they need to make some more.
Love that, Ollie, as Clark buries the three. Good ball movement, that possession from Indiana. Like that move from Nike and Gray. Pow, not that time. Long reaps it ahead to Clark. Clark wielding into the paint. Kicks it out. Boston takes the three, takes the two, and nails it.
How many 6'5" post pull-up?
Not many is the answer.
Yeah. Oh, I was waiting for you to answer.
Hillman kicks it out. Pow, misses the three. Out of bounds to Atlanta from the floor. 3 of 7 from 3. Boston has 10 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. How about Mercedes Russell getting minutes here? Clark, back ironing off, looking to flag it down, can't get to it.
6'6". Her teammates and coaches at previous stops have always raved about her intelligence and her ability to be communicative on offense and defense.
Reese guarded by Clark, and a whistle or jump ball. One official had jump ball, one official had foul, and as Cruz came in, gotten it one more time, and that might have been what Cruz called for the foul. Reese cashes in now 5 of 6 from the line. Here's Clark, 4-point game. And that is going to be called an offensive foul.
It's got to be careful.
On Mercedes Russell. And immediately Indiana goes to the challenge it and did not get a chance to. Gray clearly fouled Clark. The only question is, was it an illegal screen from
poking out a bit?
And so that's why that was called first. Here's Harris. Guarded by Borlays. And a whistle here against Atlanta. It stays here.
Watch
Russell can't finish it, gets fouled, and Mercedes Russell will shoot 2.
Mercedes, tough spot or not?
Well, I know they will. They don't miss Tuesdays, both on ESPN and the ESPN app. And Russell calmly knocks down both free throws. Mitchell remains on the bench with 4 fouls. 4-point Atlanta lead. It's been a back-and-forth game. Reese given space, will pull and hit. That is foul money for the Dream. Reese up to 13 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. Ocott gets called for the foul.
Monique Billings intentionally playing off Angel's offensive edge. She would have thrived in it.
Here's Mitchell. Sat much of the third with 4 fouls. Clark gets a breather at the beginning of the fourth. Here's Boston. Boston looking for an angle, can't drop it in. Ocott
Early in the season as well, when she was getting some minutes. Bree Jones being out, Ocott gets
Atlanta indeed. We were joking with Renee Montgomery in the break about what happened with the AC here. Shot clock down to 4. Timpson, persistent. 14 for Michaela Timpson.
that she's smart, creates space so that she can get the look.
6-point game. Gray has been incredible. 2 more. Alicia Gray with 29 points.
Time too, tough shot.
Gray has matched her season high. Her career high is 32. With almost a full quarter left, that is in peril. Boston got fouled by Ocott. And Aaliyah Boston will shoot 2. A 4-time All-Star who is seemingly just ascending. Boston sinks her first 2 throws than any team in the W. 25 a game. Howard. 9 points tonight from Howard. Reese barrels in, can't finish, tipped out. Cunningham has it. Here comes Indiana. Looking to carve into the deficit. Boston with a lot of space, turns, flipped it short. Timpson gets fouled.
Impatient with their offense. She also said, got to quit fouling and putting them on the line too much.
Mitchell buries the long 2. Toes just on the line for come back in. Harris and Timpson out. Reese loses it. Gets it out to Hillman, 7 to shoot. Gray in a scramble, might have to make it happen herself. Gray fading, doesn't get the roll. Boston up to Mitchell. Clark turns the corner. Hillman with the switch on her. Deflected out of bounds, stays with it.
Not be 100%.
Boston a 3, too long, tipped out. Cunningham has it and is fouled by Howard. That is all firing along 2 again. Back ironing off, long rebound Gray. Reese running the floor, can't get to it. Atlanta, 2 connected seasons. Right now, Mitchell with 15. Back to Clark. Clark separating, taking, missed that one. Boston, a putback is good. Aaliyah Boston up to 14. Orlays nearly threw it away. 6 to shoot. Gray working behind Howard, switched on Clark. Gray, you bet! Alicia Gray has tied her career high with 32. Clark off to Boston. Fakes the 3. Now will fire. Can't hit. Probably or for Alicia.
Fair.
Now Timpson will go to the scorers table.
Indiana coming out of that timeout looking like they're in a zone.
Orlays kicks it out. Cunningham hit the deck. Reese 3 to shoot. Doubled. Hillman ends up alone. Can't hit the 3. Long rebound. Here's Howard. Shot clock down to 3 again. Hillman looking for help. Gray in trouble and a shot clock violation. Nice defensive set. Is that what the wall sit is really for?
I think it is, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Clark looking to turn the corner, bangs inside, gets fouled, and Clark will shoot. Clark hits the first. Timpson checks out again as Clark hits both free throws. Clark up to 24 points, 8 assists. Here's Gray giving it up. Okot, 3 to shoot. Howard with 1. Howard flings it up. Can't hit. Rebound batted around. Gray comes down with it. Gray lobbing it into Reese. Knocked away by Billings. Here comes Clark. Clark, no look to Cunningham. Cunningham trying to squeeze it in, ill-advised. But they were instead just giving their defensive signaling. As Gray, Clark behind the back. Picked up by Reese. Clark into the lane, turns the corner, misses the layup. Billings gets hit, and Monique Billings will shoot 2. Such enthusiasm that I think it halted the officials as Billings misses the... And Billings hits the second 2-point game. Indiana trailed by 4 minutes to go. Gray has tied her career high with 32. And that's going to be an offensive foul. Clark bounced out. Here's Clark behind Boston. Finds the cutter. Timpson gets denied, but fouled. Check that, no foul. Just out of bounds off on the inbound from Clark. Clark finds Cunningham with the finish and the foul. And a chance for 3 as this game is tied.
When it was on the other side of the...
Cunningham's first points of the game, and Indiana has its first lead since it was at State Farm Arena. Gray has been the hero today for the Dream. Gray into the paint, can't finish it, but it's going to stay here as Boston and taken by Cunningham. Cunningham motoring down the floor, finds Clark, guarded by Pow Pow. Clark, eyes up, going to shake Pow Pow. Into the paint, spray out, Cunningham, short on a 3. Reese the rebound, that is her 10th. 1% of her career games, just an astonishing number. Howard draws the foul, initiating a little offense there, and will shoot 2. 23rd double-double of the season for Reese.
Reese and her impact on the game when it comes to rebounding.
Taking a look at the upcoming WNBA and ESPN doubleheader, Indiana and Toronto. Atlanta back up by 1. Clark gives it up. Mitchell trying to come to it. Mitchell gets the angle into the paint, flips it up wildly. Reese there to straight. Hillman wants it in the post for the finish on Clark.
We saw that to start the size mismatch, and she takes advantage.
Atlanta back up by 3. Clark fading, misses the banker. Reese secures the rebound. Atlanta now feeling like they have a little control. Reese will fire. Rims off. Timpson and Hillman battling. Hillman able to escape with it. And another chance for Atlanta. Great effort from Hillman. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Reese as she picks up her 4th. Boston, Cunningham, and Timpson for Indiana. Here's Clark, wide open 3, missed it. A great play, all down 3. Mitchell dashing ahead, will fire, and hit. Tie game at 81.
Tough shot by Mitchell. She was going full.
What a contest here between the Dream and the Fever. And a timeout taken by Carl Smesco with 53 seconds remaining. How about the speed from Howard looking in, sprays it out to Gray, guarded by Clark, 7 to shoot. Gray looking to take Clark. Gray fading, can't hit. Great box out Boston, good defense from Clark.
It's Steph White went man on.
One doesn't look like it. Mitchell turning the corner, backing away, lost a shoe, needs help. Reese knocks it away. Clark calling timeout and gets it. Stephanie White was trying to call timeout for a while, finally got the call. Looking in, finds Boston. Boston, 2 seconds, turns, can't hit. Rebound batted around. Gray has it. Timeout Atlanta. And now the Dream can hold for a final shot.
You saw the little big screams and in her long arms on the ball.
Here is Howard. Shot clock turned off. 8 seconds remaining. 5 seconds. Howard launches. Missed it badly. Reese the putback. Won't go. Hillman. No. And we have overtime. Angel Reese had a point-blank putback, but could not finish it. And this game goes to overtime.
You will live if you're the Atlanta.
Get home court in the first round. Jump, batted around, controlled by Atlanta. Been a great atmosphere here at State Farm Arena. These fans have managed the heat in this building. Gray gets denied by Boston. 10 to shoot for Atlanta.
Fans have
7 to shoot. Gray fading. Can't hit. Reese another O-board. And that one she puts up and in. 15 points. Her 72nd career double-double, most by any player their first 3 seasons. Clark passes on the 3. And a whistle as Boston got tied up with Howard.
Angel Reese does.
Katie Barnes did a terrific story on her rebounding on ESPN. Highly recommend checking it out. As Clark kicks that one out of bounds, that is her first turnover of a really nice job protecting the basketball in this game against a team it's tough to do it against. Boston, another deflection, running the floor, gets fouled and will shoot 2.
Aaliyah Boston has.
I mean, we've seen it a lot from Boston in this game, just up top.
Yes.
Boston ties it. She has 16 points, 10 rebounds. Now,
Indiana staying in the zone that was so effective in the 4th quarter.
they held the Dream to a season-low 9 points for a 4th quarter. Here's Howard trying to make it happen. Howard looking to create. Mitchell got in there and knocked it away. Here's Clark ahead to Mitchell. Low pass. Mitchell digs it up. Timpson finds space, and Mitchell finds her. Michaela Timpson, a career-high 16 points. Indiana plus 14 in points off turnovers. Gray can't finish it. Here comes Clark. Clark bounces. Cunningham walks the tightrope. Boston looking to take it to Reese. Reese falls. Boston, the pass. Timpson the finish. What a lob from Boston. And Timpson oops the alley. Indiana by 4. Timeout Atlanta.
Michaela Timpson works and moves.
Saying play on, and Indiana did. 12 ties, 14 lead changes. Fever by 4. Atlanta led by 10 late in the 3rd. Been tightly played throughout. Howard can't hit. Great box out by Timpson, and Boston secures her 12. Looking to deny Clark the basketball. Now Mitchell coming to it. Mitchell, the jitter, the float. Can't finish, but Timpson can. A 20-point night for Michaela Timpson. And the Indiana lead is now 6. Howard spinning, great look, and Hillman lays in a much-needed bucket for Atlanta. Mitchell will take. Can't hit, air ball out of bounds.
Deliver in these big moments.
Gray, they need it. Don't have it. Back iron and off. Gray with it going overtime. Indiana by 4. Clark gives it up. Boston gets it back to her. Clark bounces. Boston, the push shot won't go, but a foul. And Aaliyah Boston will go to the line to shoot 2. And that 2-player action with Paul. Boston hits the free throws, 24 points, 9 assists. Mitchell with 18, Gray with 32. Reese has 15, 14
for Atlanta.
That foul on Reese was her 5th. Here's Howard, guarded by Clark. Howard digs in for the finish and the foul. And a chance for 3 for Ryan Howard.
She has been insisting her way to the bucket. It's called for a similar foul on Boston. You create it here, and you get yourself to the free throw line, Ryan Howard.
Here's Boston. Boston turning the corner. 6 to shoot. Needs some help. Finds it in Clark. Back to Boston. Will pull. Does she get the roll? No. Out of bounds to Atlanta. Howard put it on the deck again. Pow will fire. Short. Boston the rebound. Into the arms of second difference game in shot clock. Clark letting it wind. And now Indiana will take a timeout with 23.4 to go. And Indiana leading by 3 in overtime.
Last possession, it was Sophie Cunningham who ended up on Ryan Howard.
Mitchell on the drive, trying to take Reese. Mitchell weighs it in. 2-possession lead for Indiana and a 19th straight game with 20 for Kelsey Mitchell.
Run the on-ball action so that you get the switch that you want. You get Kelsey Mitchell going. This was on her.
Atlanta uses their reset. Need to score in a hurry. Howard got fouled on the 3 by Clark, and 3 free throws here for Ryan Howard is going to resuscitate this game for Atlanta. But Indiana on the leg there rather than the arms, and that is what gets the leg of Clark. Must have been why they did. Giving Atlanta a chance. Hits all 3. It's a 2-point game with 10.8 remaining. Indiana now. Cunningham into Clark. Clark is fouled immediately. And this has been a familiar spot for Clark this season. A game-winning buzzer-beating 3. Buries the first. She got it. 4-point. Atlanta needs something quick for them, preferably beyond the arc. Here's Gray, the juggle. Gives it back. Borlase can't hit. Rebound Clark. Flings it ahead. And that will do it. Indiana hangs on in overtime. 95-91 the final in a classic matchup between the Fever and the Dream.
And a really heads-up play by Caitlin Clark there, knowing that Atlanta's only hope is to foul again. Just launches the ball ahead so the time runs out.
Clark